All right, so we got off work a little early today. It's what, on Monday. So I'm gonna go to Jamie's because I need a newel post, I guess it's called. N-E-W-E-L. Didn't know what it was before, but I need a newel post for the railing, and I also have to take those bottom two stair treads, and I have to route the outside edge to match the front edge on the bottom two steps. So I'm gonna go over to his house because he's got all the tools I need and he's the man. So we're going to take care of those two bottom stair treads and see if we can come up with a newel post for me. So this is where all the magic happens. For those of you who have never seen Jamie's shop before, it's pretty awesome. He's got his CNC machine over there. I don't know, I guess the drill press over there. More clamps than I think Home Depot or Lowe's has. This guy's pretty killer table saw here. We got a joiner, we got a planer, we got a chop saw, we got a sander, we got a band saw, we got some other type of band saw. Big vacuum system that runs throughout everything. And there's pretty much nothing you can't do when it comes to wood down here. It's pretty awesome. So that's why I come here to get all my stuff done. All right, it's a little loud here down in Jamie's shop. No, keep working, man. I don't want to interrupt you. He's making a table for a client, but I got some material here that Jamie hooked me up with. I think it's birch and maple or something. He said call it whatever I want, so we'll call it whatever I want. What we're gonna do is we're gonna plane these down. I'm gonna plane them down, and then I'm gonna run through I'm gonna join them down, plane them down, table saw them down, and then I'm gonna glue them together to make my newel post. I don't know. Sound about right?
Sounds right to me.
All right, perfect. I think I'm done tonight. I got all my boards prepped, I guess you'd call it.
They look pretty good, pretty uniform.
So I just need to glue them, I guess. So
yeah.
What do you think? I can swing by in the morning, maybe glue those up?
Yeah, do it tomorrow.
All right, well, there she is. She's all glued up. I guess I'm going to take all the clamps off, I guess the next thing. And then I'm going to joint one edge nice and flat and then cut down to the width I need. I think, I don't know, Jamie said that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you got it right.
So a few other kind of like prep things I need to do is I need to figure out what I'm going to do here. This has to be some type of material to cover this and here. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use my old treads, the oak treads I had here. I'm just going to rip those down and I'm going to use that to cover this and cover that, which will look really nice. And it's going to get painted black. And also I need a top cap or a railing, I guess you'd call it. So what I think I'm going to do again is I'm going to use that same material. It's inch thick, so I'm going to rip it down to probably 2.5, 2 3/4, and glue two of them together, and that'll make my top cap or my railing, like that side, also black. And I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for, let's call them pickets, because remember they had the white pickets here. Not doing white pickets, so I got to figure out something to do here, so just for safety, nobody can, you know, fall through there. So I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to figure out trim stuff. I need to use the buzz saw and get it to where I can fit material underneath the door jambs. Just a lot of little stuff I need to get done so that tomorrow I can just go at it and get all this big stuff taken. Buddy, it's Friday. It's a day to work, and again, it's raining again. But we're starting off on a great foot today. So in the time lapse, you saw that I made this for that bottom part of the railing. But things change. I talked to Stephanie, and we're not going to use that anymore. So that's completely wasted and garbage. So I don't need that. So what I did is I went to Jamie's, and I'm going to use this because the problem with that, the oak, is that when you paint it, it's got a different grain. And I could fill it in with wood filler and then sand it down, but that's just way too much time. So the newel post is made out of, I think, maple. So I got some of this maple flooring from Jamie's. So it's all going to look the same. So this is going to go bye-bye. This is going to be my new bottom part of the railing. And then I ripped down some pieces. I'm going to glue these together. This is going to be my top part of the railing. And then I also ripped down this other stair tread to 3/4 for the top where it meets the old flooring. So I'm going to get this stuff kind of prepped up today. And, you know, and then from there I can start kind of putting the stuff together. It's like I need certain parts to do other parts. And the parts I need aren't done yet, so I can't do the other parts. So I'm kind of like chasing my tail. But I think today I can kind of get everything squared away. And then tomorrow I'll have a full day. Saturday I'm just going to hopefully bust this out. Again, so I apologize for the lighting in here. I don't have one of those big fancy lights like Eric does yet. I don't have enough money, so hopefully this video will do well and maybe I can go buy myself a light. Anyways, just another thing that we're going to do is to save some cash is we're going to just paint that handrail. I'm going to spray paint the brackets black, and then we're just going to roll and paint the handrail the same black as this handrail. I might need a bigger shop. We got our paint station here. We got our stain station there. We got our kind of preppy station there. We got our rip station here. We got our chop station there. And we got our glue station there. Oh, man. I don't know. But, hey, you know what? What am I going to do? I can't complain. I can't not do it. So I'm just going to do it and make it work, right? Adapt and overcome. Have you ever seen sanding with such precision? She's definitely very meticulous in everything that she does. Just as a precaution, I did hit this hardware for the stair railing with a little bit of some of that etching primer before I hit it with the flat black, just to make sure that it didn't scratch at all. All right, so I got my assistant in the car with me, and we've been talking about this whole handrail thing. And I think, you know, we like a rustic look. You know, we use the wrought iron pipe a lot. And so I think we're going to go with rebar. 5/8, nice and thick, painted black rebar to go in where the rail is going to go. And I think that's going to give it a cool look. Our modern country farmhouse, I don't know, whatever you call it, honey. Look, and I think it's going to be fantastic. So we're going to go, first we're going to go to the cement company. So we're going to go there. If they don't have it, then we'll go to Ace. The only thing about Ace is that they keep it outside, which means I'm going to have to get a wire wheel or something from Jamie's to get all the rust off it. I did end up having to go to Ace to get this rebar, so I bought myself a wire wheel that I could throw into my Dewalt drill there, just to knock all the heavy rust off of these things. And then next I hit it with some primer. It's just a metal primer that I got from Ace. And then I went ahead and hit it with our flat black. We like to go with flat. We don't want anything too shiny. Remember, you have to do both sides, just FYI. And then after I got it painted, I went ahead and hit it with a clear satin poly, just to add one more layer of protection to it. Next, I had to finish up that top tread. This is the one that I had to plane down over at Jamie's so that it would match the existing wood floor that's already there. I went ahead and shot a bunch of Lexel down, again, just to add some extra sturdyability and stop from squeaking. I had to cut that down to fit underneath the trim, do some modifications, and then I slammed her in there. But I think it looks great. It matches perfect, and I think it's a great transition. Oh. Blue 42! Blue 42! Omaha! Omaha! Hike! Oh my gosh, my arm. Dude, getting old sucks. But you know what doesn't get old is watching football on Sundays. You know what's even better than just watching football on Sundays is placing bets on your favorite teams and players. So that's why I'm excited to be partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, to share an unbelievable offer to all new customers. Hey, you want to win $150 in free bets? All new customers need to do is sign up for DraftKings using my promo code RAYJ, bet at least $5 on any pregame moneyline wager, and if your bet hits, boom! The $150 free bets is yours. Okay, so unfortunately for me, online sports betting is not yet available in North Carolina. And if you're in the same boat, don't worry. You can still get into all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and DraftKings Rainmakers. Also, DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. And best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Hey, so let's get off the couch today and get in the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code RAYJ. Bet $5 on any pregame moneyline bet and get $150 in free bets if your bet hits. That's promo code RAYJ only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Again, I'd like to thank DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. All right, so while I'm waiting for all this railing material to dry, because all this has to go in first before I put the post and this top tread in here. Stephanie and I did go to Jamie's and we ripped all this material down. And I'm going to use the same tread material for in here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip it down. I asked Jamie about leaving a spot to put like grout caulk in. And he's like, just bang it tight to the towel. So I'm just going to bang it tight to the towel. So I'm going to rip these down and put a piece here, here, here. And this is all going to be the same stain color as the treads to make it look like one big landing there with the inlay for the towel. I think that'll look really good. One thing I do have to do is when I put these pieces in, I'm probably going to back bevel the bottom there. The reason why is because there's some grout in the underlayment there that I don't want to keep off my tile. So if I do that, just the top part will hit the tile tight and it'll look a lot better. It'll make a better fit. Okay, you might want to come in close.
Okay.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of talking done in today's video. It seems that I may have a sinus infection and I lost my voice. So I'm going to do a lot of work today and then just have to voice it all over. One thing I need to figure out is what's the angle of this section of railing. And actually it's pretty simple. I just grab a scrap piece of wood and lay it on my section of railing there. Grab my torpedo level and make a level vertical line on that piece of wood. I then take my speed square and simply lay my speed square on the piece of wood, line up the line with my speed square, and read what the angle is. And that is going to be 40 degrees. So my material there is a 40-degree angle. So when I go to drill for my rebar, I want to make sure that that's the angle that I use.
Hey, what's wrong? What? You cut it too short. Can you fix it? I know. I don't know. Big Stretch, Lexel, I don't know. Whatever you use. Oh, perfect.
Here we have the tools I'm going to use to fix my next problem. I needed to cut my newel post down and I made two marks on it, a shorter mark and a longer mark, and you guessed it, I cut the wrong mark, which means that now my newel post is like 8 inches too short. So I need to put it back together, make it longer, make it look like you can't see it, and then cut it to the right height. Here we go. Can't find black screws at the hardware store? Go ahead and make your own black screws. Just stick them into a piece of wood or a piece of cardboard. I hit these with some etching primer and then shot them with some flat black, and there you go, black screws. Like I mentioned before, we had 6 pickets in the old railing section. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do 6 pickets on this one as well. So all I simply do is take my overall length of the section of railing. I'm gonna have 6 pickets, so that means I'm gonna have 7 spaces. So I simply take my overall length, divide it by 7, and that will give me the distance in between each picket. I think it's called a picket. It may be called something else. I don't know. But anyways, so that gives me, I believe, 6.5 inches in between each picket. Now it was time to drill some holes. So all I did was I just took my level and I clamped it in the center of my hole straight. And then what I did is I just took my drill and made sure that my drill was parallel with the level when I drilled my holes, and that was going to be the angle that I needed for the rebar. Then I had to find out where to drill the handrail. So what I did is I just put the handrail in where it was going to go, clamped it in, got it leveled, got it straight, and then I just took my level and leveled up from the holes I had previously drilled and made tick marks on the handrail, and that was going to be where I would drill the top railing for the rebar. I then took my handrail piece and brought it out to the shop. As you can see, that is not the original handrail that I had made. The one I made sucked. It fell apart. It didn't hold, so I just bought a piece of handrail from Lowe's and cut it down to the right size. Then it was time to get my inner Jamie Perkins on, and so I made myself a jig to hold my piece at 40 degrees. Once I got my jig at 40 degrees, I then simply clamped my handrail piece onto it and then just drilled the holes using my drill, making sure that my drill was perfectly perpendicular or straight up and down from the jig, and that would be able to drill my holes in at the 40 degrees. You don't get to see it drilled in because the time lapse failed again. That's what sucks about doing this by yourself, but I promise you it did work out. Well, I still don't have my voice back, so here you go, some more voiceover. I then go ahead and cut down my rebar. They were different lengths, so I did number all of them, and I cut them to length just to make sure they weren't going to be too short. I did kind of bevel the ends a little bit with my grinder just to make them easier to go into the holes. And then once I had all of them cut, I actually made a mistake. I did not put the spray poly on them prior to this. I did put one more coat of black on these pieces, and then after I got the one more coat of black on them, then I went back and I hit them with that Deft poly. I did not do that previous, so that was a mistake. But once that was done, the rebar was good to go. Got them numbered, ready to go in once everything's ready. Would like to give a shout out to Dewalt. Thanks for taking care of us. We really do appreciate it. Not gonna lie, this next part sucked. Trying to get all the rebar in the holes, lined up all the way down. It was a little bit of a pain, but after a couple modifications, a couple shortening up some rebar, shortening up the top railing, I did get them in, got it all leveled up, squared up, spaced out, screwed in, and looking good. So the plan is, at some point, I am going to change out all of the trim in the house. All the window trim, all the door trim, all the baseboard to this stained 1x4. We love the way it looks, and I hate all the white, and with the dogs, it just gets so dirty, it's disgusting. So we are going to change it out. So I did go ahead and change out this window and door here in the entryway. Now, since I was doing the stairs, I wanted it all to look nice. Like I mentioned before, that skirt board does come up into the window trim there, as you can see. So all I simply did was just put a piece of trim up there, make a mark, got my Mighty Fine out, and just buzzed the tip of that skirt board off so that the window trim then would fit in nicely. I was starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This project was definitely taking longer than I had anticipated, but I guess it is what it is. Next, the landing. I had gone to Jamie's and ripped all that material down to the same width as the tile, which was just under 5/8, so that it would match up nice. Also, this first stair tread there had to be as thin as the tile, but I didn't want the nosing part of it to be thinner than the others. That would have looked stupid. So as you can see there, is I had to get creative, use a table saw, and kind of make the main part of it thinner, but leave the nosing part the same width, which made it look a lot better going in. Got all that stained up, got the baseboard in, got all the landing done, and man, it looks so much better. The wife's gonna love it. All right, as you can see, I still have no voice. That's why most of the last day or so has been nothing but time lapses. I'm just going to voice those over because I have no voice. But I'm coming down the home stretch. I think I got everything done pretty much. I got to go back and sand and paint and poly, finishing touches. But I forgot about this. I forgot I broke this piece of towel off of here. And I don't have any thin set, but you know what I do have? I do have Lexel. And Lexel says it sticks to almost anything. So hopefully tile's one of them. So I'm going to Lexel this down. And then we just did some tile work at Jamie's. And this grout is the exact same. And he's got some pre-mixed sanded grout. So I'll just go get that. I'll put some grout there. And that'll feel, and that will seal the deal. So let's put a little Lexel on here. Where's if you want to get in close here? Nana's on the camera in case anyone's asking. I think we'll just let that dry up and then I'll put some grout around there and call it a day. There is one problem that I'm running into. I'm sure you guys seen all the videos. We have 3 dogs and a cat. So I vacuumed the stairs and I even blew them off with the blower. But the problem we're still having, and let me see that camera, is that yeah, that's dog hair. Dog hair, cat hair is everywhere inside the finish. So it is what it is. It's just going to be that way. I guess it's just a staple in our house that everything's going to have dog hair in it.
Hey, can you quit snuggling with the dog? Let's get to the shot.
All right, guys. So we are on, I got 1 coat of poly on. I have to go back and still sand everything down and put another coat of poly on it, but then it's going to be done. I will say there were so many positive comments from the last video that it really helped me rise up and overcome all the obstacles that I ran into with these stairs. And say I was able to step out of my comfort zone and just knock these things out. So I appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and helping me knock out another one of my honeydew lists here at the house. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Thanks for watching.